The movie begins with a woman named Alice. At that time, she was sitting in a hotel room when her husband, Eric, called her. Eric reminds her that she has a doctor's appointment tomorrow. From their conversation, we learn that Alice works in the media department at a pharmaceutical company, and she was just returning home after attending an important conference. However, Eric doesn't know that Alice has been cheating on him with her friend, John. In the next scene, we see Alice and John leaving the hotel together and hitting the road to go back to their respective homes. Along the way, it's revealed that Alice and Eric have been struggling to have children, which is why she has a doctor's appointment the next day. Eric really wants to have a child. While driving, John realizes that he needs gas, which surprises him because he thought he had filled up the tank the day before. They pull into the nearest gas station. John gets out to pump gas, while Alice goes into the gas station's mini-mart to get a coffee. Meanwhile, we see that the car is leaking gas, explaining why the fuel ran out so quickly. Inside the mini-mart, Alice tries to pay for her coffee, but can't find any staff. She leaves the money on the counter. Suddenly, she notices a lot of blood on the wall. As she's about to leave, gunfire erupts. A bullet grazes her arm. Someone had shot at her. More bullets are fired, but she manages to hide quickly. She yells for John, but he can't hear her because he's lost in his music and unaware of what's happening. Alice ties a cloth around her wound to stop the bleeding and peeks outside. Suddenly, another shot is fired at her but misses. She quickly realizes there's a sniper positioned on a billboard outside. She's now trapped by a sniper who wants to kill her, and she has no idea who he is. John remains oblivious. Alice tries to retrieve her phone from the ground, but before she can reach it, the sniper shoots it, destroying it completely. Out of options, Alice notices the security monitors and discovers a second exit from the mini-mart. Then she hears a sound. It turns out to be a walkie-talkie nearby. However, the device is within the sniper's line of fire, meaning that trying to grab it would put her at serious risk. Thinking quickly, Alice throws bags of chips into the air to distract the sniper and sprints to grab the walkie-talkie. She speaks into it, asking anyone listening to call the police. A man answers and keeps asking about his wife, Emily. Meanwhile, John notices that the car has leaked all its gas again. He realizes something's wrong and heads into the mini-mart to check on Alice. Unfortunately, the moment John steps inside, the sniper shoots him in the neck. John collapses, asking Alice for help, but the sniper fires another shot, killing him instantly. Alice is devastated. She tries to retrieve the walkie-talkie she dropped using a mop handle. Once she gets it back, she tells the man on the line her name and explains what's happening. But the man keeps asking about Emily. Alice tells him there's no one else there. After hearing this, the man says he's calling the police and that they should arrive within 15 minutes. However, to Alice's horror, the man suddenly bursts into a mad laugh. It turns out the man she's been talking to is the sniper himself, and he's the one who killed John. The sniper keeps talking to Alice, but she's too terrified to respond. He warns her that if she doesn't answer, he'll come in and kill her himself. Alice looks around and spots the electrical panel. She gets the idea that if she can cut the lights, she might have a chance to escape. She throws some cans at the breakers, trying to hit them and kill the power. The first attempts fail, but eventually she notices the shelf she's hiding behind has wheels. She uses it for cover and manages to get closer to the switches, finally shutting off the lights. In the darkness, Alice tries to contact someone else over the walkie-talkie, but the device automatically connects to the sniper again. The sniper tells her, "There's no one else, only you, me and Emily." That's when Alice stumbles upon Emily's dead body, the same woman the sniper kept mentioning. The sniper reveals he killed his wife because she cheated on him. Hearing this terrifies Alice even more because she too was cheating on her husband, and she fears that's why the sniper is targeting her. Or maybe she just ended up in the wrong place at the wrong time. Alice finds a landline phone inside the mini-mart, but the cord is cut. Later, a car pulls into the gas station. A man named Doug gets out and heads into the mini-mart looking for Emily. Alice, seeing him, begs him to hide quickly because there's a sniper outside killing anyone he sees. Alice pieces together that Emily must have been cheating on the sniper with Doug. She asks Doug to call the police, but Doug realizes he left his phone in the car. Alice tries to explain that Emily's husband killed her because she was cheating, but Doug angrily says, "What are you talking about? Emily was my wife. That sniper is lying." Doug then sits beside Alice and Emily's body, but Alice starts thinking to herself that ever since Doug arrived, the gunfire had completely stopped, and the sniper hadn't spoken on the radio at all. She begins to suspect that Doug might actually be the sniper. She grabs a hammer and confronts him, accusing him, "You're the one who killed John and now you want to kill me." But Doug insists, "No, it's not me, believe me. I only came here to look for Emily." Alice is torn. She doesn't know whether to trust him or not, and she feels very uneasy. Doug suggests that she try contacting the sniper over the radio. If the sniper answers, that would prove Doug is innocent. Alice tells Doug, "Go to your car and bring your phone back. That'll prove you're not the sniper. I'll try to distract him while you go." Doug is nervous about the idea, but Alice insists until he agrees. Unfortunately, as soon as Doug reaches his car and tries to grab his phone, he gets shot and killed. It turns out Doug was telling the truth. He wasn't the sniper. Alice is devastated. She feels responsible for Doug's death, and now she's also lost a chance to escape. The sniper then contacts her again through the radio and says, "You're a murderer. You basically killed Doug by sending him out there knowing he would probably die." The sniper reveals he knows everything about Alice. He knows she had been at a conference for the pharmaceutical company she works for. He accuses her, "You and the company you work for are killing people with your drugs. You're all garbage. You kill people without a second thought." Alice tries to defend herself, saying, "I just handle the social media marketing for the company." But the sniper snaps back, "That's even worse. You promote their poison and lie to people about it being safe." The sniper even knows the name of the company Alice works for. He calls her a selfish woman who climbed the corporate ladder through betrayal and says she deserves to die. He reminds her of a former co-worker, a man Alice falsely accused of sexual assault. Because of her lie, the company fired him and he lost everything, including the ability to afford medical care for his sick daughter. The sniper continues to scream at and insult Alice. Alice, thinking to herself, realizes that regardless of whether the sniper is really Emily's husband or not, Doug had been telling the truth, and the sniper tricked her just to kill her. She wonders whether this attack was premeditated or just a coincidence. While hiding, Alice notices some umbrellas nearby. She opens one, places it on the ground to shield herself slightly, and the sniper fires at it, thinking she's still there. Luckily, Alice had already moved and rushes toward the exit door, but it's locked with a padlock. She searches desperately for something to break the lock and tries using a fire extinguisher, but it doesn't work. After a while, she spots a car pulling into the gas station. The driver fills up with gas and drives away without noticing anything. The sniper doesn't shoot him. This tells Alice that the sniper only kills people who interfere between him and her. With all her options exhausted, Alice tries an emotional approach. She pleads with the sniper to let her go, explaining that she and her husband had been struggling to have a baby and she was supposed to see a doctor the next day. But to her shock, the sniper replies, "I know you're capable of getting pregnant. You chose to have 2 abortions because you didn't want to have your husband's child, and he, poor guy, has no idea." It turns out the sniper even knows she's been cheating on her husband, and he insults her harshly for it, saying, "The world would be better off without you." Alice then sees a police car passing by on the road, but unfortunately, it drives right past the gas station without stopping. Taking advantage of the brief silence, Alice runs out of the convenience store, heading toward John's car, hoping to hide inside. But the sniper notices and unleashes a hail of gunfire on her. Alice manages to sprint back into the store, but realizes she's been shot in the leg. She falls to the ground, bleeding heavily, in agonizing pain, and eventually loses consciousness. When she wakes up, she treats the wound as best she can, tying something around her leg to stop the bleeding. The sniper taunts her over the radio. "Feel that pain? That's the same pain children and innocent people feel because of the drugs your company sells. You deserve this pain." Alice ignores him completely and stops responding. While looking around, she finds a work uniform with the name Henry written on it. She realizes Henry must have worked there, but had been fired some time ago, though his stuff was still around. She finds a photo of Henry in a military uniform standing with his daughter and remembers what the sniper said about her co-worker, how he lost everything because of her lie. Alice starts to suspect that the sniper is Henry and that his daughter got sick because of the company's drugs. Later, she finds a small saw and tries to use it to cut the padlock, but she accidentally injures herself. She grabs the radio and says, "You won't kill me that easily, Henry." The sniper stayed quiet for a moment, then asked her, "Who's Henry?" After a few seconds, another car pulls into the gas station. An old man gets out to pump gas, but when he sees Doug's body, he becomes terrified. The sniper notices him immediately and shoots him dead. To make things worse, the old man's wife gets out of the car and runs toward her dead husband. Alice tries to warn her to hide, but it's too late. The sniper kills her too. Just like that, 2 more innocent people die in front of Alice, and she's left shocked, helpless. The sniper taunts Alice, telling her, "You're pretending to be upset and crying, but you and I share the same evil genes. We kill people, just in different ways. If you had ever had a kid, your child would have turned out evil, like you." Alice responds, "You're nothing like me. I chose not to have children because I didn't want to bring a kid into this savage world and have them suffer. You're a coward, hiding in the dark and killing innocent people who did nothing wrong." Alice keeps yelling at him, standing at the supermarket entrance. That's when she spots a little girl, Cindy, in the back seat of the old man's car. After witnessing her grandparents die right in front of her, Cindy is terrified. Alice, worried about her, tells her to lie down on the seat and not move. But Cindy doesn't understand, so Alice grabs a pen and tissues to write a message. When she returns, she finds Cindy out of the car, trying to wake her grandmother. Alice quickly writes a note telling her, "Get back in the car quickly," and thankfully Cindy listens and returns. Alice then talks to the sniper, begging him not to kill the girl. The sniper replies, "If I wanted to kill her, I would have done it already, but I don't want to, unless you give me a reason." He tells Alice, "I'll let her live on one condition, that I kill you instead. Are you willing to sacrifice yourself for her?" Alice agrees, but insists on getting Cindy away from the gas station first. The sniper gives her 2 minutes. Alice writes to Cindy, "Get out of the car and run." The girl tries. She runs toward the road but gets too scared of the dark and returns to Alice at the station. Alice blocks the door and tries to open the back door of the supermarket. Meanwhile, the sniper finally climbs down from the billboard and heads toward the store to finish Alice off. Alice manages to unlock the door, only to find a second big door that's still locked. Now she has no other choice but to face him. She hides Cindy and grabs a metal rod to use as a weapon. The sniper reaches the store and sneaks inside, searching for Alice. He taunts her again. "Was I sent by your husband because you cheated on him? Or am I your co-worker you falsely accused of harassment and got fired so you could take his job? Or maybe I'm someone else entirely, someone whose daughter died because of the drugs your company sold." He reveals, "I'm the one who sabotaged John's gas tank to force you to stop at this station so I could kill you." Suddenly, Alice attacks him from behind, stabbing him in the shoulder with a sharp stick and knife. But it's not enough. The sniper fights back, slamming Alice against the glass. They wrestle violently, and he points a gun at her while she struggles to pull off his mask. Cindy watches the fight from a distance, hearing gunshots. Alice falls to the ground motionless. Cindy thinks she's dead. The sniper then searches for Cindy and almost finds her. Just as he's about to remove his mask and reveal his identity, Alice, still alive, attacks him again. She beats him with a fire extinguisher with all her strength. The sniper tries to get up, but Alice hits him again, knocking him down. She drags him under the hydraulic press. As she tries to pull off his mask to see who he really is, the press activates, brutally crushing his face before she can see it. The sniper dies instantly, in a gruesome way. The drama finally ends. Alice, devastated, wished she could have learned his true identity and his real motives, but she collapses, too weak from blood loss. Alice dies shortly after. Cindy, after witnessing everything, finally escapes onto the road, the only survivor of the massacre. And that's the end of the story. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Bye bye.